So my topic for the day is that big entertainment is just around the big entertainment spectacles that we see at esports events. I was at the World Finals just this a couple days ago. Actually, you guys were there too. Michael Martin was not, but his son was. That was great meeting him, by the way. And what's really cool about that I really enjoy is that you see all these big entertainment events where, for instance, they had Zed play and had this whole video that they had produced at the Starter Worlds play out on these screens. It was fantastic. And we see this time and time again at other esports events too, where the shows kind of open with some crazy cool spectacle, live performances. Deadmau5 was at TI in the past. So all these kind of cool things. And for me, I really think that this is kind of a hallmark of esports, these cool opportunities to have live performances and really kind of bring this experience of Hollywood entertainment and gaming culture and all these kind of things blended together right before the start of some cool game or even at the end of it. So I think this is really important and really cool. Now, this is not something we see in sports, but I don't think that's an issue.
Wait, what? Of course we do this in sports. What are you talking
But
about?
outside of the Super Bowl you didn't even let me finish.
Okay.
You don't see this outside of the Super Bowl, and I think that there's something really cool that esports has, and I think it needs to stay.
I mean, it is cool. It's definitely cool. Like having these huge stars and musicians come play. The problem is when it kind of falls flat. This is something that we really have to make sure that we're doing right, because anytime that one of these things happens and it's lame, like for example, TI last year, it was 2015, I believe, with Deadmau5, and everyone's like, why is this, what's going on here? I mean, like, it's cool, like Deadmau5, whatever, yeah, that's great, but like the actual performance itself was pretty lackluster, if we could say.
So you're saying it's cool, but they have to pick and choose
the right talent. They have to make
talent.
sure it's right. I mean, even the halftime show at the Super Bowl misses constantly. There's been like 3 good Super Bowl performances ever. It's been like Prince, Beyonce, and Bruce Springsteen. That's about it. Everyone else is like, okay, whatever, who cares? It's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's 100% true.
Michael Jackson wasn't.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Michael Jackson,
yeah, a good one.
Let's add that one on too. Fine, there were 4. So my point is, we have to make sure that they're good. We have to make sure that they're appropriate for the venue, because that was the problem with the Deadmau5 one at the International, is it just didn't feel appropriate for the venue. And it's really hard to find the right person and the right artist for that sort of thing. But I mean, I think it could be cool. I think it's a neat little thing that we can do at esports.
Michael, are there examples of this in fighting games?
That's the weird thing. I'm trying to think about this, and I think the closest we've come to something like this, like I was at the International where they did the really cool, actually they had a couple of really cool performances there. But in fighting games, this isn't something we see a lot. So this past EVO, because Lupe Fiasco has been, I guess, so involved in fighting games, they before Street Fighter V's top 8, they played a custom song and video that he put together that was Street Fighter related, but he didn't actually perform it. Like they played it on the I don't know, the Jumbotron or whatever. So this isn't something that I think we've actually seen at FGC events, and I'm kind of wondering now if this is something that would work well. I think in the case of maybe Lupe, it would be kind of cool because a lot of people are interested in him and his work in the FGC, but I'm not sure if just random entertainer, bringing a random entertainer would work out so well.
I mean, don't you think this is what's holding FGC back from sitting among the other esports or live performances at the finals?
Yeah, FGC or Smash? Yeah, I don't know.
Zareen, any thoughts?
I mean, I think it's a really good thing to have because it puts esports events on the map, and places like Worlds or tournaments and events like Worlds or TI, for example, they are like the Super Bowl of those respective esports. So it makes sense to bring out those kind of like those big entertainment names. But at the same time, it's hard to have to target like that audience. Like League of Legends players, do they all like Zed, or do Dota players all like Deadmau5? Like it's all like, it's such a varied audience that it's hard to bring out entertainment that will necessarily appeal to everyone. And if that doesn't work, then you're just wasting a lot of money.
Because it has to feel authentic, right? Like it has to, I mean, it has to feel like it came from the scene. Like at Worlds, when they have these artists come in and create the theme song for the tournament, like Imagine Dragons in 2014 when they played. It's like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. They wrote the theme song. They wrote Warriors for the 2014 Worlds tournament, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense that they would play here. But there are often times where it's just like, why is this person here?
So I mean, what you guys both like the opening ceremony. You were both at World Finals.
Yeah.
You both like that. So the Zed song, obviously, that was his name is Zed. There's a champion named after him, or named in tandem with him.
Same time.
And then there's also, like that song was not necessarily played a ton over Worlds. A lot of people were commenting on it.
It's because the song's not very good.
Why did you guys like it despite sort of that lack of connection?
I think it was largely the spectacle of it. The holograms were really cool. Like the way that they presented the song was really awesome, and it felt really cool. But I don't think the song's very good. But I think
yeah, we heard that. You hate the song.
I hate most songs.
Zed is upset. He's watching right now. He's upset.
Zed, I'm glad you're upset.
Yeah.
I don't know if I hate the song necessarily, but like Taylor said, just because they had the whole spectacle, it was very exciting. It was loud, and it was a really good lead up to Worlds, like the matches itself starting.
Well, one of the cool things, and I don't know if we've thrown this up on site yet, but just to sort of conclude it, I did have a chance at World Finals to talk to the drummer from Imagine Dragons about his experiences with League of Legends and doing stuff at the World Finals, and so it's kind of cool to see these guys. He was just there at the finals enjoying it, so it's kind of cool, like you said, whenever it's authentic and there's a connection there. It's pretty neat. Check out Yahoo Esports Live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific.